So I've had a realization recently where I I've been dismantling the lie that is shame, because that was so prevalent in my life, and deconstructing that, and I realize, oh wow, this is crazy. uh wow. Okay, this is making me confront some things. Wow. Wow, this is okay, so yeah, so that shame, yeah. Wow, I'm having like memories come back. Wow, this is a little scary. This is a little scary. Because I'm like literally lifting up the veil now, and I'm like looking, and I'm like, oh, wow, yeah. Okay, hold on. I just need a minute. I just need a minute. My phone might die because I'm recording on low battery. I did not expect that, and I'm not even explaining what just happened because it's like I can't like. It's a lot. Wow. I need to like get this out right now because it's like, whoa. All right. Well, I just I just like talk about opening the floodgates, or the floodgates being open. Like everything is just like, wow. I need to calm down. So what? All right, I need to I'm okay. Okay. I'm gonna plug my phone in as I settle. But what just happened was I think I just not fully intentionally, I kind of like opened something that was like covered and concealed, and I had some realizations in that brief moment, and it kind of scared me. I'm not gonna lie, because that was like real, and that was raw, and that was like like if I fully I'm getting excited. If I fully let myself like digest what I just like opened myself to, like there is no going back. And I think that's a big part of why like it's a little terrifying, because like that changes everything. Oh man. Okay. But I'm not like actually like I need to speak. I need to actually like communicate this, and I'm not doing that efficiently. I just need a minute to like settle, because that was That was really unexpected. Okay. And like every time I like close my eyes like and blink, like I like I need to I need to relax. Okay. I mean, I'm procrastinating right now. Obviously, I'm procrastinating because that was like. I'm gonna describe. Okay, I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna describe my feelings. So I feel it's a little bit of a it's it's a little bit of a feeling of like being surprised. It's a surprise. It's excited, but also like slight bit of hesitation, terror, uncertainty. But I know I'm safe, and I know I'm not doing anything that's I'm not doing anything that's bad. I'm not doing anything that's bad. I'm not wrong. That's a big realization too. But I'm like I'm like getting sidetracked. And I'm procrastinating mostly because of because of all those feelings. And even like internally right now, I'm just gonna describe the process. Even internally, like in my mind, I'm still distancing myself from that, from what I just saw, and I'm going to articulate it. So, so what just happened was, this is like, I feel like these are things like I should talk about, like that I'm not supposed to talk about. But that's a lie. That's not true. I can talk about these things. Wow, I'm really like standing up here. Okay. Wow, this had such a grip on me, or I had such a grip on myself, or. Okay, so when I first started like speaking, by just speaking, I like automatically began the process of like uncovering and allowing myself to see things and to reconnect with things that that aren't new. They're not new. It's not new information. I know that. But it also clashes with the known paradigm, because it doesn't it doesn't fit what was told or what we're like supposed to believe or think. And I'll be honest, I don't like this like hesitation or this like fear that I'm feeling, because like I had access to it for a split second, but just because it was a split second, and I was able to connect with it, it kind of terrified me a little bit, because like I said, it changes everything. And I think, and this is what's been true for me, so far in my healing is that when I become aware of something, like, and like that perceived reality breaks, it is terrifying. That's the biggest thing about like healing, awakening, like having these revelations. It's like when you have that moment and you realize what you previously thought wasn't true, and I'm speaking for myself from my own experience, so it might not be true for other people. For my experience, when I previously broke from like believing in what I believed in, and then all of a sudden realizing that that's not true anymore, that was scary. But now I'm realizing something else. This is just coming to me now. It's almost like when you realize you've been living conditioned, or you were made to believe, or I'm gonna stop saying you. Speak for myself. When I when I realized that certain things that I thought had power over me didn't actually have power over me, but when I first started acting out in my freedom, just like taking small steps, it was terrifying for me. And this is kind of, I think this is true for when my perception of reality changes. It's scary at first because it's new, it's different, it's unfamiliar, but then I realize it's just like breaking free from being controlled for so long, and then I realized that, oh, this freedom, it feels kind of scary for me, and it's because it's unfamiliar, and maybe it's not as predictable to the patterns I was used to, because the brain, I guess, craves predictability, and I'm kind of breaking that mold. But the truth is that I wasn't doing anything wrong by choosing to be sovereign and take an action or think or express myself however I want. And the same applies to expanding my perception of reality and my awareness, my consciousness expanding and reclaiming it. Actually, it's the same thing. It's terrifying at first, but it's only because it's unfamiliar to me, because for so long I was operating in something that was not based in truth, and that was not based within me internally or in alignment with me. It was based in something that wasn't true, that was external, and that was not in alignment, or at least it was an experience that is different from what I currently now am willing to experience again, because I have boundaries and I know myself, and I'm choosing to only experience and interact with things that are in alignment with me. There's things I feel like I could articulate better, but the words are just I feel a little bit shaken now. But I will say this, from what I saw just before, I feel weird talking about it still, like actually naming it. So basically, I'll just give the gist, because a couple days ago I kind of had this realization. Okay, so I can do it. So I realize that a lot of how I perceive reality, how I perceive things externally, whatever, my vision, whatever, how I connect with it, what it makes me think of, what I see, what I perceive. I'm like, I'm trying to articulate this. I recognize that on some level, and I'm remembering this too. I'm remembering that I have a level of control or influence and how I perceive things, how shapes and how objects and things externally, how they kind of form and how they structure themselves. That sounds crazy, but and I remember when I was a little kid, I was in like some like pharmacy store or something, and I remember a woman just right in front of me, and I was just looking at her because I was just observant, and I was just there, and she didn't look like what somebody might consider like a typical human to look like. Her proportions were not like anatomically correct for like what like a human body should look like, which, you know, I think that's BS, but basically it was considered like impossible. Her feet were like as long as my arm, like and she had a very, very like round body, like she almost looked like kind of like a troll, and her head was big, and it wasn't like, she didn't like have like a neck either, and she had like a big bulbous like round nose, and I remember her tapping her long foot, like, and it, like the sound of it slapping against the floor in the store, and she was just there, she just existed, and that was her appearance, and I just saw her for who she was, or what she was, or how I saw her so distinctly. Like it was so it was different, it was unique, and it was natural, but it also wasn't scary. It wasn't scary at all. And I wasn't judgmental of her either at that time. Maybe I was curious because I saw that she looked different, but the key word, like shame, I wasn't shaming her. And I think perhaps that's partly how I was able to witness her or experience that. And I guess so part of what I kind of had that realization before is that just like with that memory and realizing that I know I can, how based on what I'm thinking, what I believe in, it really does change like physical forms, like the structure of how things are made, or how they appear at least. And Wow. And I think I remember feeling ashamed because I saw things differently. Wow, this is getting really wow. Um, wow. And I feel bad. I feel like I ended up starting to suppress myself. Yeah, because I believed that I had to look at things a certain way. That certain things, or certain people, certain objects had to be a certain way. Everything had to be orderly. Everything had to have a very specific structure. Everything had to have its place. And now, now I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling a lot of things. At some point, I made the decision to accept the guidelines that were given to me. Oh wow. Um wow. Yeah. Wow. I did not expect to feel this strongly. I'm reconnecting with myself in that moment where I was a child. And I'm finally feeling what I felt at that time. I'm realizing that's why I'm feeling all these strong emotions, because they've always been there ever since that moment, those moments. Yeah, it's kind of it's surfacing now. I just reconnected with myself. I just mended a wound. By just acknowledging myself, by just acknowledging those moments that I experienced.